Okay, so here's a Wi-Fi battle against Adrian. We're doing a UU battle, and I'm like barely starting to get into like using battling by tiers and stuff. So like this is actually my first like actual UU battle per se. So I tried to go with what I would think is effective, and so I lead with the Crobat as he leads with the Zero Aura. I'm gonna go ahead and switch out. I didn't put U-turn on here though. I probably should have. It would have been good tech. And so yeah, so I did predict that he would have went for an electric move. So I go ahead and switch into my Manectric. And he switches out and goes into his Snorlax. So yeah, I'm not gonna stay in here because I fear an earthquake, and I know that Snorlax has like a really big special defense stat, so there's no point in me staying in here to try and 1v1 this thing. So I originally did go for the flamethrower because I didn't expect him to switch out. So I just hard switch into my Azelf, predicting the earthquake. And so yeah, so he switches out his Snorlax, and I had went for the knockoff in case he was gonna try and belly drum. Whoops, my bad, not Hindi over here. But yeah, so I knock off his Choice Scarf, which is like probably like a super big play, knowing that Scarf Hydreigon kind of comes in and wrecks everything. So now that he's slower, I switch into my Crocodile, predicting the Dark Pulse. So that actually does a pretty good amount of damage. I know that Crocodile special defense stat isn't that great, and so I use this opportunity to get up the Stealth Rock. I contemplated hitting Superpower, but I didn't want to necessarily drop my attack stat just because of that. So you know, getting rocks up on the field is probably the best thing that I can do. And here I had predicted for him to go for the Stealth Rock, or at least Toxic or something, but he does go for the Stealth Rock. So I use this opportunity here to get up a free Swords Dance. And like, yeah, he actually switches out too. So I do, wait, hold on. Oh goodness, yeah. So I do get up the Swords Dance. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I don't know. I just thought it was hella cool. I think this set is pretty heat though. So I get up 2 Swords Dances here. I knew that he would use Hyper Voice and it would hit me hella hard. So I did really bank on it to activate my Unburden. So now I pretty much outspeed everything, and I'm at like +3, I believe. Yeah, +3 or so. Leaf Blade gonna get the crit. I don't really think it mattered since since Sylveon isn't really a defensive mon or anything. And then he goes back into the Zero Aura, gonna take some rocks damage there. Since I outspeeded, I'm just gonna click Earthquake. At this point, it can pretty much kill anything, but I made sure. I kind of wish I went and hit the Steelix with Leaf Blade. It wouldn't have done as much, but if it had gotten a crit, it probably would have killed it, and then I could have swept the whole team. Because the one thing that I forgot was like how much defense Mega Steelix has. So Mega Steelix basically ends the sweep train here with the Heavy Slam. And so I just go into my Lucario just to take it out. I'm just gonna hit Earthquake. Life Orb Lucario is pretty good. Like, I like it. The only thing I hate about it is its speed stat, because it's like so mediocre. If it was at least based 100, it would be so much better. But yeah. So then he goes back into his Snorlax, and I hit Close Combat. Snorlax's defense stat is like surprisingly low. I didn't know that until like maybe a few months back whenever I was building for Let's Go. Because I thought it was just fat to be fat. I didn't think its defense stat was like so horrible. And I contemplated going for the Bullet Punch here, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have killed since it would have done neutral damage. Um, and so I sent in the Magnetric because I expected to kill this thing with one Thunderbolt. I think I could have, but it turns out that the Primarina was actually Assault Vest, so that's why this thing was so fat. And so yeah, basically, I get off hella damage, but my Magnetric has to go. And then I'm gonna send in my Crobat lastly, take some rocks damage. And I was gonna go for the nasty plot, but I wasn't gonna risk it, so I just hit Sludge Bomb. So the only thing left is Hydreigon. Um, without Scarf, it can't really do anything, so I just click Air Slash here, and that is game. So I actually building the UU team was actually pretty fun.